जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरदारी जय जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरदारी जय गिरिवरदारी जय जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरदारी जय गिरिवरदारी जय गिरिवरदारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतीरावनचारी यमुनतीरावनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी जय जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदश्री श्रीमद His Divine Grace अभय चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदश्री श्रीमद His Divine Grace भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी गौर श्रील प्रभुपाद की नमाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ षड गोस्वामी वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की मायापुर नवदीप धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की मथुरा धाम की जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्र महारानी की श्री श्री निताई गौर सुंदर की श्री श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव भगवान की श्री श्री राधा माधव की श्री कृष्ण भगवान की हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की पतित पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Chapter 4, Text 6. Ajo Vyayatma Bhudanam Iswaro Bisan Pragritim Swam Adhishtaya Sambhavami Atmamayaya. Ajo Vyayatma Bhudanam Iswaro Bisan Pragritim Swam Adhishtaya Sambhavami Atmamayaya. Ajobi Sannavyayatma Bhudanam Iswarosan Pragritim Swam Adhishtaya Sambhavami Atmamayaya. Translation. Although I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all living entities, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. Purport. The Lord has spoken about the peculiarity of his birth. Although he may appear like an ordinary person, he remembers everything of his many past births, whereas a common man cannot remember what he has done even a few hours before. If someone is asked what he did exactly at the same time one day earlier, it would be very difficult for a common man to answer immediately. He would surely have to dredge his memory to recall what he was doing exactly at the same time one day before. And yet, men often dare claim to be God or Krishna. One should not be misled by such meaningless claims. Then again, the Lord explains his Prakriti or his form. Prakriti means nature as well as Swarupa or one's own form. The Lord says that he appears in his own body. He does not change his body as the common living entity changes from one body to another. The conditioned soul may have one kind of body in the present birth, but he has a different body in the next birth. In the material world, the living entity has no fixed body but transmigrates from one body to another. The Lord, however, does not do so. Whenever he appears, he does so in the same original body by his internal potency. In other words, Krishna appears in this material world in his original eternal form with two hands holding a flute. He appears exactly in his eternal body, uncontaminated by this material world. Although he appears in the same transcendental body and is Lord of the universe, it still appears that he takes his birth like an ordinary living entity. And although his body does not deteriorate like a material body, it still appears that Lord Krishna grows from childhood to boyhood and from boyhood to youth. But astonishingly enough, he never ages beyond youth. At the time of the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he had many grandchildren at home, or in other words, he had sufficiently aged by material qualifications. Still, he looked just like a young man, 20 or 25 years old. We never see a picture of Krishna in his old age because he never grows old like us. Although he is the oldest person in the whole creation, past, present, and future. Neither his body nor his intelligence ever deteriorates or changes. Therefore, it is clear that in spite of his being in the material world, he is the same unborn, eternal form of bliss and knowledge, changeless in his transcendental body and intelligence. Factually, his appearance and disappearance are like the sun's rising, moving before us, and then disappearing from our eyesight. When the sun is out of sight, we think that the sun is set. And when the sun is before our eyes, we think that the sun is on the horizon. Actually, the sun is always in its fixed position, but owing to our defective, insufficient senses, we calculate the appearance and disappearance of the sun in the sky. And because Lord Krishna's appearance and disappearance are completely different from that of an ordinary, common living entity, it is evident that he is eternal, blissful, knowledge by his internal potency, and he is never contaminated by material nature. The Vedas also confirm that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is unborn, yet he still appears to take his birth in multi manifestations. The Vedic supplementary literatures also confirm that even though the Lord appears to be taking his birth, he is still without change of body. In the Bhagavatam, he appears before his mother as Narayana with four hands and the decorations of the six kinds of full opulences. His appearance in his original eternal form is his costless mercy bestowed upon the living entities so that they can concentrate on the Supreme Lord as he is and not on mental concoctions or imaginations, which the impersonalist wrongly thinks the Lord's form to be. The word Maya or Atma Maya refers to the Lord's costless mercy, according to the Visvakosa dictionary. The Lord is conscious of all of his previous appearances and disappearances, but a common living entity forgets everything about his past body as soon as he gets another body. He is the Lord of all living entities because he performs wonderful and superhuman activities while he is on this earth. Therefore, the Lord is always the same absolute truth and is without differentiation between his form and self or between his quality and body. A question may now be raised as to why the Lord appears and disappears in this world. This is explained in the next verse. Om Tat Sat. ॐ ज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमदे जयपताकस्वामिनिधि नामिने नमः आचार्यपादाय निताय कृपप्रदायिने गौरगददामदाय नगरग्रामदारिणे नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमदे भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे जय श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So this sloka is very, very important sloka because Srila Prabhupada had given lecture on this sloka many, many times. A lot of important points are there because Sri Krishna Janmashtami is coming on 19th now. So I thought that we will discuss about the Krishna's transcendental appearance. So Krishna's appearance in this material world is not like our taking the body. We are supposed to take material body, we don't have any choice. Because of the influence of previous reactions, we are forced to accept material body. That's why Lord Brahma, he is actually glorifying Krishna in Brahma Samhita, Advaitam, Achyudam, Anadim, Anandarubam, Adyam, Purana Purusham, Navayavvanam cha. Very beautiful sloka. Vedeshu Durlabam, Adurlabam, Atma Bhaktau, Govindamadi Purusham, Tamakam Bhajami. Advaitam. Why he has mentioned Advaitam? Dvaita means two. Advaita means non-dual substance. What is that? Krishna is not different from his body. We are always, here the material world is called dual world. Dual world. Duality will be there always. Two things will be there. That is, I am Jiva, I am spirit soul, and I am different from the body. That is why we are forced to give up the body, because I am not the body. So Prabhupada used to say in the lectures, what is the difficulty that we are not this body, we are spirit soul? One can easily understand when we attend death ceremony. Easily we can understand. But power of Maya, Maya is very powerful. Even though it is illusory, I am not the body, I am spirit soul, and I don't have any connection with the material world. That is what actually Upanishads are saying. Asangohi, I am Purushaha. I am Purushaka, I am Jiva. Asangohi, I don't have any connection with the material world. That is reality. So, whatever we see, whatever we relate with the matter, no, it is all actually illusory only. Bhagavatam also is saying. But even though it is illusory, still it is very strong. One cannot get out of this. Even though we know that I am not this body, I am spirit soul, we will act in the bodily platform only. That is the influence of Maya. So, this is the proof that at the time of death, we are giving up the body and Atma is going out. So, this itself is a proof that I am not the body. But theory wise only we can understand. Theory wise only we can understand that I am not this body, I am spirit soul. But we cannot act in that platform. Ascharyavat pasyati kaschidena, Ascharyavat vadati tattaiva chanyah, Ascharyavat anyashunodi, Sutvabiyenam, Vedanachaiva kaschit. Sutvabiyenam, even after hearing that I am not this body, I am spirit soul, Vedanachaiva kaschit, it is very difficult to understand. So, this is our conditioned state. Now, the jiva, even though jiva, spirit soul, is the spiritual entity, because we wanted to enjoy matter without Krishna, we misused our free will and took this decision. I want to enjoy matter without Krishna. Krishna, Bahirmukahana, Bhogavanchakare. Nigadastamaya Japadiyatari. In Prema Vivarta, Srila Jagadananda Pandit, one of the close associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is explaining how we fell inside this material world. Krishna Bahirmukahana. We decided, I don't want Krishna. Bahirmukha. So we turned away from Krishna by misuse of our free will. Why? Bhogavanchakare. Bhogavanchakare. Bhoga means sense enjoyment or material enjoyments. I want to enjoy matter. So that desire is there, vancha. Because of that strong desire, we are turning away from Krishna. As soon as we take this decision, Nigadastha Mayatare Japadiyatare, Maya, Krishna's external energy, Maya is standing Nikadastha. She is standing very close to us. We may not see her physically, but she is always standing very close to us. As soon as we take the decision, I want to forget Krishna, immediately she will capture us. Maya Tari Japudiyotari. She will jump on us and she will capture us. In this way only, under the influence of Maya only, we are all doing material activities. We are very busy with the worldly activities. Right? But Krishna is not like this. That is what Krishna is saying in the sloka. Ajo, Aja. Aja means he is unborn. He is unborn. Krishna never takes birth. Even Jiva also actually never takes birth, but only body only. Body is only taking birth. Jiva is actually unchanging. That Krishna is saying in the second chapter. Because Jiva is part and parcel of Krishna. So Jiva is unchanging and the oldest person. But then actually it's an interesting question. In some other lecture, somebody asked this question. Jiva is a spiritual entity. Being a spiritual entity, Jiva cannot enjoy matter. Okay? Because spirit and matter is completely opposite. It is operating on the complete different platform. So Jiva, being a spiritual entity, cannot enjoy matter. Okay, right. Matter also, it's a dull, very dull matter actually. Matter cannot experience happiness and distress. Like a dead body, no? Dead body, if we pour payasam, sweet rice, the dead body's mouth, dead body cannot enjoy. So matter also cannot experience pleasure and distress. Then who is experiencing? But we are experiencing, no? Material happiness and distress, anxiety, worries, fear, attachment, so many things, material emotions we are experiencing. Who is experiencing all these things? Atma cannot experience because Atma is a spiritual entity. This is interesting. Krishna, because we wanted to enjoy matter, no? So Krishna is fulfilling our desire. He is fulfilling our desire through the influence of Maya. Krishna has created this false ego. False ego. False ego is created by Maya. Under the supervision of Krishna, it is happening. That false ego is there in our subtle body. Through false ego only we are experiencing material pleasures and sufferings, everything. Through false ego only. So false ego only is undergoing all these things. Atma is in the backside. That is why he is saying Atma doesn't have any connection with the material world. Atma is in the backside only. And the false ego, it is the illusory identification. The illusory identification created by Maya. And in the false ego, what type of identification is there? I am the body, and everything belongs to the body is mine. I, me, and mine. This illusory identification only is there in the false ego, and that is created by Maya. Even though it is illusory identification, one cannot dissolve false ego. It is beyond our jurisdiction. That's why Krishna is saying, Aham ajnana jam tamaha nashayami atma bhavasto jnana dibera bhaswara. I will destroy this darkness born of ignorance while being situated in the heart as Paramatma. Krishna only will destroy this false ego. When he will destroy? If we do loving devotional service to Krishna, if Krishna is pleased with our loving devotion, then Krishna will destroy our false ego. then our behavior will be completely different. If false ego is destroyed by the Lord, then we will not relate with the matter at all. We will be in a different platform. But for us, Krishna has not destroyed false ego so far because we are not performing loving devotion. This is our conditioned state. This is the meaning of conditioned soul, controlled by the modes, three modes. And this false ego, no, it is created by Maya through the help of Rajas and Tamas, the lower modes, and Tamas. With that only the false ego is created. So constantly this false ego is dominating the mind, and mind is producing varieties of thoughts. And whatever thoughts is arising in the mind, we are just executing it. We are executing it, and then after that, reaction is coming, karmic reaction. In this way, the cycle is going on eternally. Punarabi Marana, Punarabi Jana. So, uh, that is why Bhagavan Kapiladev is saying in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Karmana Daivanetrena Janduruteho Upapattaye. Jandur, the Jiva is obtaining a material body under the supervision of Krishna. Karmana Daivanetrena. And Krishna is actually, he is awarding a material body, suitable material body to the Jiva based upon his previous sinful reactions or pious reactions. Accordingly, he is allowing, Paramatma, Krishna, is allowing the Jiva to enter into another body. So this is the meaning of conditioned soul. We don't have any, even though we have free will, that free will is restricted, minute free will. We have free will to select either material enjoyment or Krishna. In that place, we have minute free will. If we select Krishna, I want Krishna, I want to perform loving devotion to Krishna. If we take that right decision, then by the mercy of the Lord, we can be liberated from the clutches of false ego or Maya. Then we will also get spiritual body in Goloka Vrindavana. But if we take the wrong decision, that is why Krishna is saying, Adachetvam ahankaran nasroshyasi minakshyasi. Machitta sarvadurgani matprasadat tarishyasi. If you remember me, if you are conscious of me always, then by my mercy you can cross over all the obstacles of conditioned life. Krishna is giving, actually, is giving caution to all of us. Adachetvam ahankaran. But if we misuse our free will and if we listen to the false ego, because false ego is also constantly contacting the mind and mind is producing thoughts. So, Krishna is saying, if you listen to the false ego, not obeying my instructions, you will be lost. Krishna is giving this caution. So, why I am saying no, the conditioned soul, he can never become God. We are under the influence of, strongly under the grip of the modes. Always. 24 hours. 365 days. Right? Different types of faith we are getting now. Right? We are getting different faith. That faith is by the influence of Rajas and Tamas. Very subtly is happening. We don't know. Most of the time we are not noticing it. Based upon the faith, action is coming. Krishna is speaking about this in the 17th chapter. So Prabhupada is writing in the purport, our body, we have accepted a material body that is made up of Asat, Achit, Nirananda. And Krishna's transcendental body is made up of Sat, Chit, Ananda. It's completely opposite. Asat means it is not permanent. This material body is not permanent. It will be destroyed. Padatti avasyam. Compulsorily it will fall down one day. Nobody can escape. That is a law of material nature. All the embodied being means the soul who has accepted the material body is called embodied beings. The embodied beings, they are under the stringent laws of material nature. We cannot escape death and all. It's not possible. How much ever we try, by the excellent doctor and excellent treatment, still body will collapse. Right? In big famous hospitals, still actually they are having expert treatment, expert equipment, doctors are there. Every day death is happening. One time, one of our initiator, he was admitted into the hospital. I will not mention the name of the hospital. He was admitted to the hospital. We all went and saw him. He was in the last stage. And we did kirtan in front of him so that he can hear Krishna's names. And finally, he passed away, gave up the body. So I was just watching what they are doing. The famous hospital, where when the patient died, the dead body, they are not sending it through the main gate. They are not releasing through the main gate. They are sending the dead body to the back gate only. Because people will come to know that in the famous hospital, still people are dying. The law, this is the law. Nobody can change. And Prabhupada is writing here, Achit. Achit means our body is made up of completely forgetfulness. Our body is like that. 10 days before what sambar we ate, can anyone say what sambar we ate exactly 10 days before? Nobody can say. That much poor memory. Material body is like that only. That is why it is mentioned achit, completely forgetful. In some other lecture, somebody was asking this question. um, for the answer is actually when we give up the body, we will forget about every experiences happened in this particular janma. This is Krishna's mercy. And when the spirit soul accepts another body, he will not remember the previous janmas. Because Krishna is saying, Matta Smridar Jnanam Abohanam Cha. From me only forgetfulness is coming. Abohanam. Paramatma is sitting, the heart. So he is giving. When the jiva enters another body, right, he forgets everything about the previous janmas. This is Krishna's mercy. Why, no? In this janma itself, 10 years before, somebody has insulted us, let us assume. Somebody has insulted us very heavily. And that bitter experience, we cannot forget. Repeatedly, that bitter experience and his scoldings, it will haunt us. Correct or not? Everybody has got experience. So we are not able to forget, and that bitter experience, it will be haunting again and again, and proportionately we will be disturbed. We will undergo depression, all these things. In this Janma itself, some bitter experience, it is haunting us. Then what to speak of the previous Janmas? Whatever happened in the previous Janmas, suppose some bad experience has happened in the previous Janmas. And if we are able to remember that, we will become mad. We will become mad. We cannot run our life smoothly. We cannot lead our life smoothly. That is why Krishna is covering that. Apohanam is making us to forget all the material experiences. That's why Krishna is saying, Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavasa Arjuna. Tanyaham veta sarvani, natvam veta parandaba. Very nice sloka. Vyatitani means, Vyatitani means past life. So Krishna is speaking to Arjuna. Oh Arjuna, you had taken Bahuni me Vyatitani. Many janmas you have taken. Bahuni me Vyatitani janmani tava sa Arjuna. Oh Arjuna, you have taken. Tanyakam veta sarvani. But I know everything. This is the difference between Jiva and Krishna. A spirit soul can never become God, can never become Krishna. We are always subordinate only. This is the Vaishnava Acharya's conclusions. Krishna is saying, Tanyaham Veda Sarvani, but I know everything. What are all the janmas you have taken in the previous, the past life? I know everything. Not Tvam Veta Parandaba, oh Parandaba, oh Arjuna, you don't know. Not Tvam Veta Parandaba. You don't remember. Right? So Krishna knows. So unlimited jivas are there, unlimited spirit souls are there. And Krishna knows the account of the each and every jiva. How many janmas, crores of janmas we have taken, and what are all the karmic reactions we are having. Everything Krishna knows. Single person. That is why it's inconceivable. Sometimes in our local language they will say this Ashtavadani, uh, right? Dasavadani and all they will say. They will remember at a stretch eight topics or whatever it is. But Krishna is remembering crores of unlimited jivas. And the unlimited jivas, they have taken crores of janmas. Krishna knows everything. How it is possible? That is why Krishna is beyond our conception. We cannot understand Krishna with our brain. It's not possible. Even the most intelligent personality, Brahma himself got bewildered. When he saw Krishna, as a small boy, playing with all the cowherd boyfriends, Brahma thought that I am the Srishtikarta, I am the creator. He became puffed up. The most intelligent person in the whole Jagat, the most intelligent person. And that person, he got bewildered when he saw Krishna. No, he cannot be Supreme Lord because he is a small boy. And it is mentioned in the Bhagavatam, Krishna, in order to create more bewilderment for Lord Brahma, he behaved like an ordinary child. How he did know? The one hand, he was holding curd rice. Another hand, he was holding butter. And he was eating curd rice and butter with the other boyfriends. Brahma came, the swan carrier. Brahma came and he saw. It's a very interesting Leela, Brahma Vimohana Leela. Vimohana means Brahma is getting bewildered. He thought that I am the Srishtikarta, I am the creator. Who is this boy? Everybody is glorifying him as Gopal, as Govinda in Vrindavan. He is some ordinary child. I am the most powerful person. Brahma became puffed up. He got pride. And in order to increase his illusion, Krishna also behaved like that purposely. Purposely he behaved like that. When Brahma, he was watching. He was watching behind the clouds. He saw Krishna, he was playing like an ordinary child and eating curd rice and butter with both hands. He thought he cannot be the Supreme Lord. He's some ordinary boy. I will show my mystic potency. So Brahma stole all the calves and the small children, the boyfriends, and kept them under his custody in Satyaloka. By his mystic potency, Brahma made them to sleep in Satyaloka. For only one fraction, he stole all the cowherd boyfriends and calves. for only one second, as per Brahma's calculation. But here, 1 year actually, it had gone. What happened now when Krishna, um, so he was actually taking his lunch prasadam. Vanabhojan, they will say Vanabhojan. Every day, Krishna, for him, it is a picnic. It's a forest picnic. For us, at least some 3 years once, we will go to the forest. Some picnic and all, we will go Ooty or Kodaikanal. But for Krishna, every day he was enjoying forest picnic with his cowherd boyfriends. The afternoon, every boy, they will open their lunch packet and Krishna will be in the center. Krishna was the hero. And all the boys know they will be drinking Krishna's transcendental beauty. And Krishna was the hero. Krishna and Balaram. So they will play with Krishna. So one boy he will take a morsel of food from his packet and he will push it in Krishna's mouth. Krishna will let him eat. And one boy will steal another boy's lunch packet. In this way they will play, small boys. So Krishna was enjoying transcendental fun. So that time the calves, went inside deep forest because of searching for the fresh grass. So all the boys they told Krishna, this actually our calves, no, we're not able to see. It has gone deep inside the forest. Then Krishna told, don't worry, you stay here, you take your prasadam. I will go and find out. Krishna went inside the Vrindavan forest, started calling all the calves' names. Krishna was remembering. Kalindi, Mridanga Mugi. So many names Krishna started calling. Whenever Krishna calls, immediately the calves and cows, they will respond. Because of affection for Krishna, they will respond by echoing, more like that. So when Krishna called this time, no, and there was no response. And Brahma is watching behind the clouds, he is carefully watching what this boy is doing. Let me see. I'm the most powerful person. See, Brahma himself is getting pride. What to speak of us? When we deal with matter, easily we'll become proud. That is the influence of Maya. So Brahma is watching, and Krishna was not able to find all the calves. Then he came to the same spot, and he was not able to see his boyfriends also. All the friends disappeared suddenly because Krishna, that is Brahma, stole all these boyfriends and calves. So initially, what Krishna did now, in order to increase Brahma's bewilderment more and more, Krishna behaved like an ordinary small boy exhibiting anxiety. Oh, where are my boys and the calves? What will I say to their mothers? So Krishna purposely he exhibited his anxiety. And Brahma, by seeing this, he got further bewilderment. That, oh yes, he's see, like an ordinary boy, he's also in anxiety only. He cannot be the Supreme Lord. Like that Brahma concluded and took all the boys and calves to the Satyaloka, kept them under his custody. So Krishna, he started laughing. Okay, oh Brahma, you are the creator, but you yourself are getting bewildered by Maya. How powerful my Maya, my Maya. Krishna's energy only. So what Krishna did? Krishna expanded himself into many, many boys with the exact face. uh, and he became expanded into calves also. And Krishna went. Krishna only is going to the homes. 1 year like this happened. Krishna is expanding into calves and boys. He's going back to the home and again he is returning to the Vrindavana forest. Like this, 1 year happened. Nobody could find that. This is Krishna. But Balaram, he could understand. Because Balaram saw, Balaram is also Supreme Lord. So Balaram, he was seeing how it is possible in Vrindavan, the gopis, the mothers, normally in this material world, no, the mothers, they will show more affection to their child. And that much affection, no, they cannot show to their relatives' children or to the neighborhood children. So they will not show. That is the law of material nature. But in Vrindavan, it's not like that. The gopis, no, they will show extreme affection, love and affection for Krishna. But that much affection, they will not show to their own boys. The same way, cows also, they will exhibit tremendous love and affection for Krishna, but not to their own calf. This is actually completely opposite. Whatever we are experiencing in the material world, completely opposite to that, it was happening in Vrindavan. So when Balaram he saw, something mystery is there. Because the cows are showing same amount of affection to their calves. What affection they showed to Krishna? No, the same amount of affection they were showing to the calves. The same way mothers also they were exhibiting to their sons. So Balaram, he understood something secret is there. So he went and approached Krishna. What is this, Krishna? How it is possible? Then Krishna explained. Yes, they are all my expansions only. I am only going and coming with nobody can understand this. So like this, Krishna explained to Balaram. And after once again, Brahma returned. He saw Krishna is playing as usual. As usual, he was playing with his cowherd boyfriends, and the calves are jumping and playing, eating grasses. Brahma got bewildered. How it is possible? I am the most powerful being in the whole Jagat, and nobody can conquer my mystic potency. I have kept them in Satyaloka under my custody. They are all sleeping. Yoga Nidra, right? Because of the mystic potency, they are all sleeping in Satyaloka. How it is possible Krishna is playing as usual with the cowherd boyfriends and the calves? So Brahma, he was not able to understand what is going on here. Got confused. It is like we will all behave like this in the same way. When confusion comes, we will be breaking our head. Same way Brahma underwent this. Okay, in order to confirm what is happening, he went again to Satyaloka. He saw all the boys and calves there sleeping. Again Brahma came down. He saw Krishna is playing. Jolly, very jolly mood. He was playing with all the boyfriends. Repeatedly, it went up and down, and he saw he couldn't understand. Of course, Brahma is not like us. We are we are under the influence of the modes, but Brahma is not like that. Brahma is actually occasionally he got bewildered, but he's a wonderful devotee, surrendered devotee of Krishna. So immediately he could understand this boy. He's not some ordinary boy. He must be the Supreme Lord. And Brahma started praying. Started praying. In the prayer, Chaitanya Charitamrita is coming. While praying Brahma, he glorified Krishna. You are my father. And Brahma, when he prayed like that, no, you are my father, then Krishna actually, he was playing jokes with Brahma. He said, no, 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 I am not your father. Your father is Narayana. I am not your father. I am just ordinary cowherd boy. Krishna further he played with this with Brahma. Then Brahma gave very big explanation. To me, Mula Narayana, he said. Brahma glorified Krishna like that. To me, Mula Narayana. You are the source of Narayana. Krishna is the source of Narayana. Right? The Shama Sundara Krishna. We are seeing here the Shama Sundara Krishna. He is the source of Narayana and all Vishnu. Three types of Vishnu. So, that Supreme Lord, when he is appearing in this material world, no, actually, we will say appearance only. We don't say birth. Birth, no, it is for the conditions only. We are accepting, forced to accept material body. So Krishna's, we will say appearance. Krishna Jayanti. This word Jayanti, it can be used only for the Lord, only for Krishna, not for anyone else. Because Jayanti, it is, it is actually indicating transcendental appearance. That's it, explained here very nicely. Sambhavami Atmamaya. Krishna is appearing through his Yoga Maya potency. That is actually Krishna's energy is broadly classified into three categories. One is Antaranga Shakti, Krishna's internal potency or Yogamaya. Another is Krishna's external potency, Mahamaya. And in between these two, the marginal potency is there. That is Tatastha Shakti, marginal potency. We are that marginal potency. That is Atma. Atma is falling in this category. We are in between Krishna's internal potency and the external potency. So it is like a cat, A cat is sitting on top of the wall. A cat has got this option, to jump left or right. The same way, we have this free will. We are in between Krishna's internal potency, divine potency, and the external potency, Mahamaya. So we have free will. If we want, we can select Krishna's internal potency, divine potency. And if we want, we can select Maya. Most of the time, we are selecting Maya only. We are selecting Mahamaya. That's why we are strongly under the grip of the external potency, Mahamaya. So, when Krishna is appearing in this material world, he is appearing with the help of Yoga Maya potency. It's the meaning of Sambhavami Atma Mayaya. Atma Mayaya means by my internal potency. So Krishna is not appearing or he is not forced to take material body like us. It is his own choice, his sweet will. He will select who will be my father, mother, everything he is selecting. And he is appearing. That is why Krishna himself is saying, Avajanandi Mamuda Manushim Tanumashridam. Parambhava Majanando Mamabhuda Mageshwaram. When Krishna is appearing like an ordinary human being, the atheists, they are criticizing. They are considering Krishna also as an ordinary human being. But the Shastra has mentioned, Guda Kabada Manusha. The Supreme Lord is hidden. Guda is hidden in the dress of a human being, ordinary human being. But he is a Supreme Lord. Prabhupada is explaining very nicely in the purport. When Krishna appeared in front of Devaki and Vasudeva inside the prison, how he appeared? He showed four-handed palm. He showed four-handed palm to his mother and father. And Prabhupada's argument is, nobody can take birth like this. Child cannot appear like this with four-handed palm. It's not possible. So Krishna is proving that I am beyond the laws of material nature. And when Vasudeva, Lord Vasudeva, when he appeared in front of Devaki and Vasudeva inside the prison, he was holding this Sangha Chakra Gata Padma and Kaustubha garland, Kaustubha Manimala, they will say. Kaustubha, Krishna is actually addressed as Kaustubha Bhushana. Kaustubha Bhushana, one who is decorated with Kaustubha gem. So Krishna appeared like that in front of Devaki and Vasudeva. And the child was having fully grown hair. Normally, the parents, they will have this experience. Child, when it is taking birth, the hair, it cannot be fully grown. But Krishna appeared with fully grown hair and with four-handed form, and he was wearing all the jewels. It is not possible for the ordinary child to take birth like that, with jewels and his yellow silk garments. He was wearing yellow silk garments. He's proving that even though I am appearing like an ordinary human being, I am not the ordinary conditioned soul. I am the Supreme Lord. That is one explanation. Another explanation is he's Krishna gave promise to Devaki and Vasudeva in the previous Janmas. There's a nice story actually when Prichni and Sudaba, they did vigorous tapasya, 12,000 years, not eating anything. And both husband and wife, Prichni and Sudaba, they did vigorous tapasya on Lord Vasudeva. So Krishna became pleased and he appeared in front of them with 400 form. So, what do you want? What boon you want? Why you did this vigorous tapasya? Then Prishni and Sudaba, they prayed, you should appear as, as our son. 3 times they told, you should appear as our son. This is our request. So when they told 3 times, so Lord Vasudeva told them, he granted the boon. Yes, I will appear 3 times as your son. So first Janma, first birth actually, Prishni and Sudaba, to them, Krishna appeared as Prishni Garbha. Prishni Garbha is the incarnation of Krishna. And this next Janma, the same Prishni and Sudaba, they became Kasyapa and Aditi. So Krishna appeared to them as Lord Kapila, sorry, Lord Vamana, sorry, as Lord Vamana, Vamana Avatara, the incarnation of Krishna. So he fulfilled that promise. The third Janma, when the same Prishni and Sudaba, they became Devaki and Vasudeva inside the prison. So in order to confirm, yes, I am fulfilling your promise. I gave promise that 3 times I will appear as your son. So third time I am appearing. The same Supreme Lord, I am appearing as your son. That is why he showed first 400 form. Just to confirm to the parents that I am fulfilling your promise. So this is one explanation. Another explanation is in order to defeat all the atheists that Krishna is not ordinary human being. In order to defeat these people, no, Krishna showed 400 form with fully grown hair, with all the ornaments, yellow silk dress, everything. With that he appeared. Then Devaki prayed. Actually, Devaki prayed because of Vatsalya Bhava, because of motherly affection. No? So Devaki prayed, if you exhibit these 4 hands, then immediately Kamsa will understand that you are the Supreme Lord. Then he will do some harm to you because of motherly affection. Vatsalya Bhava, she was speaking like that. Nobody can kill Krishna, but because of affection for the Lord, Vatsalya, she was praying, you please show only 200 form. Please cover your extra 2 hands. She prayed. So because of the prayer of Devaki, Krishna actually became like an ordinary 200 child. So it's Aja. It is Aja. This sloka itself we can discuss for hours together. So many points are there. Krishna, no, the Vasudeva, he didn't appear in the womb of Devaki. These are all the logics, transcendental logics or spiritual logics we should nicely understand so that we can convince atheists. Normally, a child, the mother will bear the child 10 months inside the womb, and like that only birth will come. But Krishna, no, he appeared just as it is inside the prison. He didn't go inside the womb of Devaki at all. So he is proving, I am beyond the laws of material nature. Like this, so many arguments are there. So, Aja, so he is unborn. Prabhupada is explaining nicely. It is like sun. Sun is always present. Always present. But we have defective vision. So now our vision is covered. So we are saying sunset has happened. But sun is always there, always existing. And tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock, 6:15, we are able to see the sun. So we are saying sunrise. But it is because of our defective vision, it is covered now. And it is visible in the next day morning. So, this example is given. Krishna is also always existing. He is always present. One proof is 600 years before, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Guru's Guru, Sripad Madhavendra Puri, he saw Krishna. He saw Krishna face to face 600 years ago in Kali Yuga, in Vrindavan. Because of his extreme love for the Lord, Krishna appeared like an ordinary cowherd boy. And he gave milk to Madhavendra Puri. I like that pastime, very wonderful, very much. So, Krishna, why I am saying, Krishna is always existing, even now also. But we are not able to see. Why we are not able to see? Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena sanda sadaiva hridayesu vilokayandi yam shama sundaram achintya gunaswarupam. Beautiful. Govindamadi Purusham Tamakam Bhajam. Who can see Krishna? We cannot see with our blunt material eyes. No, it is not possible. Brahma is explaining. See, Bhakti Vilochanena means we need Bhakti eyes. With that only we can see Krishna. Bhakti eyes. And that eyes, normally ladies, they will appoint they will apply this ointment, to decorate themselves, they will apply this ointment. The same way, Brahma is saying, bhakti eyes is required, and for that bhakti eyes, we need a special ointment. What is that ointment? Premanjana churita. Prema. That ointment is required, special. Or prema is the pinnacle of bhakti. Is a pinnacle or the essence of bhakti. That is required. If we have bhakti eyes and it's anointed with prema, then we can see Krishna. Premanjana churida bhakti vilochanena sandas sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayandi. Sandas. Who can see? The pure devotees, sandas. Not the mixed devotees. We are all performing devotional service, but we have enjoyment tendency. We have enjoyment tendency. With that we cannot see. Sandas means pure devotee, anya abhilashida sunyam. No desire for material enjoyments. When we reach to that state, that sandas, that pure devotee can see Krishna. Sadaiva. Sadaiva means 24 hours we can see Krishna. Sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayandi. Where we can see Krishna? In the heart. Krishna is there in the heart as Paramatma. We are not able to see Paramatma. Correct or not? Paramatma is always present with the Jiva. We are not able to see because we have enjoyment tendency. We want to enjoy matter. So always we are turning away from Krishna. Even though Krishna is very closely, he is sitting with the Jiva, we are not able to see. So that's it's mentioned in Isopanishad, Tadure Tadvandike. Krishna is very far, is situated, at the same time he is situated very closely also. It's inconceivable. Simultaneously he can be very close to Jiva, at the same time he can be far away also. How? When we don't remember Krishna, Krishna is very far away. If we remember Krishna, Krishna is always with us. Remembering Krishna, it is the exercise of our free will. We have to use our free will and use the mind to remember Krishna. That is our decision. If we do that, Krishna will be with us. But this false ego, the false ego is most deadly item actually, inside the subtle body. The false ego will contact the mind and mind will produce all material thoughts. And we are going behind the material thoughts. in search of all these desires. We are executing. We are very busy with that. So that is why, actually, there is a nice sloka. With that, I will finish. Samane vrikshe purusho nimagno nishaya shochadi. Juhyamana jushtam yada pasyat anyamisamasya. Mahimanam idi vidusokaha. Pasyadi anyamisamasya. Anyamisamasya means in this body, uh, two enjoyers are sitting. One is Atma, another is Paramatma. But the Jiva or Atma, if we are able to understand the Mahima or the glories of Paramatma, and if we turn our face towards Paramatma, Pasyadi, for that, that is actually decision. That is the decision we have to take. We are not at all taking. Most of the time, our mind is extroverted only. We are not turning inside. So, for that, we need this prema. Then only Krishna will be visible. So, Sadha Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokyanti, the pure devotee, they are always seeing Krishna in the heart. And that Shama Sundara. Yam Shama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam. Achintya is beyond our imagination. We cannot comprehend with our intelligence. It is not possible. We may study, memorize all these slokas, still we cannot see Krishna. Krishna, if he is pleased with our devotion, Swayam Yeva Spuratyadaha, he will reveal himself. By his own sweet will, he will reveal himself. Otherwise, we cannot. We cannot capture Krishna. So, Yam Shama Sundaram Achintya. Achintya means, Chintya means anything we can understand with our brain. That is called Chintya. Achintya means we cannot understand with our brain. See, we are so very much, we are proud. Yes, I have so much great intelligence. We are thinking, Jai Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki. We are thinking that I am very intelligent. But that intelligence, no, it is material intelligence only. It is under the influence of false ego. We need transcendental intelligence that Krishna only can give from the heart as Paramatma. He has to give the transcendental intelligence. With that, we can see Krishna, we can understand Krishna. So, that's why here it's mentioned Aja, he is unborn. Krishna is always is existing, even now also. But we don't have that love for the Lord. So he is not visible to us, in front of us. But if we develop that love by constantly remembering Him, by constantly remembering the Lord, no, we can develop love for Krishna. Then Krishna will appear in front of us. Krishna did many leelas. In this Kali Yuga itself, Krishna did many leelas. He appeared in front of many devotees, exalted devotees. He gave darshan. Right? So, our role, our homework is we have to constantly remember the Lord. Use our mind to remember Krishna by constantly chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is our homework. If we do this, proportionately Krishna will reciprocate with us by showing his mercy. Okay? So let us do this effort. Krishna Janmashtami is coming. We, instead of always fixing our mind externally now, let us try to remember the Lord always internally. That is our internal effort. Bhakti is not about the external status. Bhakti is more about our internal status only. Okay, I will stop here. Thank you. Jai Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Patita Pavan Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande.
Hare Krishna. Anybody have any doubts and questions? You can please ask. Prabhu will answer. Hare Krishna. Thank you. We thank you very much for His grace.